Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday to you. We are getting lit this week here on Project Joy Live as we finish off our Battle of the Decade series here. And we are talking about 2010s this week, the years 2010 through 2019. And we're not doing the 2020s. Why? Because we're in it. So we're not worrying about that. And it's funny with as we've moved forward through these decades, just I am more in touch with the earlier decades than I am in the more recent ones. I think as you grow up an adult in life, maybe you're a little more choosy. You prioritize a little bit differently, and so different things matter to you more or less depending on where you are in your life. And I found it really, really an interesting point of reflection as we've gone through this series. You guys let me know if the air sound is too much because it's hot here today, like 90 something today here in southeastern Connecticut. And so if the air sound is too much, let me know and I will go turn it down for the episode. But I was sharing last night. This is what's bringing me joy today. We had an incredible episode of Beyond 2D last night with myself and Veron Dozier, and kicking off our series we are doing on trust. Now, this is our third series that we've done as a part of our brand new show, Beyond 2D. We've talked about communication. We've talked about integrity, and now we're talking about trust for the next 4 episodes. And I'm really enjoying these deep dives into these topics that sometimes we just sort of scrape the surface of on accident or just by chance. And this is an opportunity for us to really dig deep and say, okay, how can we change our lives by examining these different topics? And so trust is definitely a deep one. But I was sharing jokingly on the show last night or before the show, you know how people get hangry? They get like really upset when they their mood changes when they haven't had something to eat. I get like that when I get hot. I am a complete whiny little Veruca Salt brat when I am too hot. So I had to get a little AC unit, and it's literally here in my space. But if it's too loud, y'all let me know. Oh, good. You can't even hear it. Fantastic, because it's very loud for me. But I'm on the other side of the room, and I am the microphone is faced away, so I was hoping, and so I'm glad to know. And good morning, Miss Brittany. It's good to see you today. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. It brings me a lot of joy because these are the conversations. Those types of conversations that we're having on Beyond 2D were the reason for me creating the Breakthrough Show Network and the Breakthrough Show in itself. Because I felt like so many times we have these rabbit hole sort of conversations with each other, and it would benefit the world if other people could hear them. So that's Farron and I's goal for that show, is to simply have a conversation to share about our experiences and our thoughts and our opinions, which do sometimes differ on the show, which is fun. And to help people think outside the box a little bit and maybe examine some things. So, but I was sharing before the show, I get really, I don't know if there's a word for, like, I would say hot and bothered, but that sometimes means something else. So I'm not a nice person when I'm hot. Can anybody else relate to that? Like, I know people that get like that when it's cold. They're not a nice person when it's cold, or they're not a nice person when they're hungry. When I'm too hot, stay away. throw chocolate or something, though it would probably melt. But at any rate, I'm your host, Jessica Duga. Super excited to have you here this morning on this episode of Project Joy Live. As I said, this is our 2010's Get Lit Week, and today we are talking about the music and movies of the 2010s. So that's the year 2010 through 2019, and we're going to be getting into that here in a few moments. A couple different national days I want to talk about today because since we were talking about being hangry, it is National Pecan Pie Day. Love that. Though it's kind of weird for me that it's this time of year. Some of these national days are like Gingerbread Day, I think was in March or something like that. And I'm like, shouldn't that be around Christmas time? I don't know. At any rate, grab a slice of pecan pie on July 12th to celebrate this day. Mix up the ingredients using primarily corn syrup, pecan nuts, salt, and vanilla. Occasionally, recipes vary, including sugar syrup and molasses or maple syrup. Other traditions include chocolate and bourbon whiskey in some regions of the country. I'm here for a good bourbon pecan pie. Let me tell you something. Now I'm drooling and I'm hungry. Top it off with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. Pecan pie usually is one we eat with whipped cream, not vanilla ice cream. But hey, you do you, boo. Okay, and enjoy that pie whichever way you can get it. I'm giving you this free one-time only pass today. It is also apparently National Different Colored Eyes Day. So it recognizes people who have two different colored eyes. I do not, though sometimes they vary in shade a little bit because my eyes change color. Sometimes the shades will vary, but I don't have two different colored eyes. I've met people before who have like one blue and one brown, and it's really oddly interesting and strange at the both same time. So happy National Different Colored Eyes Day. It's also National Simplicity Day, which I'll tell you what, I'm feeling that lately. I'm feeling like I would rather take a floaty and go to the beach and just be than most other things these days. But this day honors transcendentalist Henry David Thoreau. Sorry about that. The day advocates a life of simplicity and recognizes the life of Thoreau. He lived from July 12th, 1817 to May 6th, 1862. He lived his life as many things, including an author, naturalist, philosopher, and historian. He was also known to be a tax resistor, abolitionist, development critic, and surveyor. His book Walden is a reflection upon simple living in natural surroundings. So it reminds us in our ever increasingly busy lifestyles to step back and look at ways to simplify our lives. So let me know some of the ways that you are doing that. And we are going to take a quick break and come back with our music and movies and some TV of the years 2010 through 2019. And you'll see how much of this I must have been absent. I was absent this decade. We'll be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Yes, Wednesday. Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is your weekday morning talk show giving you a triple shot of good vibes. And we are finishing our Battle of the Decade series this week, concluding with our 2010's Get Lit week as we cover the years 2010 through 2019. And today we are talking music, movies, and a little bit of TV. And I think, as I was saying, I was absent for a lot of these movies. I want to start with the movies. I think I may have seen bits and pieces of some of these, but for the most part, I think I've only watched one of these start to finish. Possibly. And I don't even think it's on this list. I think it was back on the actor list as well. So number one is Inception, directed by Christopher Nolan. This mind-bending sci-fi thriller features stunning visual effects and an iconic spinning top ending that sparked endless debates among viewers. That came out in 2010. Have not seen that movie. Haven't seen it. The Social Network also came out in 2010. This biographical drama directed by David Fincher explores the founding of Facebook and the complex relationships among its co-founders. I think that Mark Zuckerberg was played by Jesse Eisenberg. I think I might have seen parts of this, but not the full movie. Number three, Mad Max Fury Road, which came out in 2015, directed by George Miller. This action-packed post-apocalyptic film received critical acclaim for its high-octane car chases, striking visuals, and powerful portrayal of female characters. Haven't seen that either. Number four, La La Land. And this is a surprising one for me. So La La Land came out in 2016. It was a musical romantic comedy drama directed by Damien Chazelle. La La Land captivated audiences with its vibrant colors, memorable songs, and nostalgic homage to classic Hollywood musicals. I love musicals. I couldn't get into La La Land. I started it and couldn't get into it. Which is kind of shocking for me, honestly, because I love musicals and yeah, I don't know. I'm so weird with movies now where Brittany was saying Inception is an amazing movie. I'm sure it's great, great and wonderful, but I don't know. Lately if I'm drawn to a movie, I'm drawn to a movie, and if I'm not, I for some reason, like, I fight tooth and nail on seeing it. The next one, which again I haven't seen, 2018 came out, was Black Panther. It's a Marvel superhero film directed by Ryan Coogler, broke barriers with its predominantly Black cast, and celebrated African culture while becoming a massive box office success. Haven't seen that either. I know probably, I literally have not seen any of these. 2017, The Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro. This fantasy romance film won the Academy Award for Best Picture and enchanted audiences with its unique love story between a mute woman and amphibious creature. That I don't know about that one. Have you guys seen The Shape of Water? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but I haven't seen it. 2014, Whiplash. This intense drama directed by Damien Chazelle explores a relationship between a dedicated jazz drummer and his demanding music teacher. No idea. Next on the list is Gravity, which came out in 2013. It was a visually stunning space thriller following an astronaut struggle for survival after a catastrophic accident, stranded in space. I think I heard about this one, and I purposely do not watch a lot of movies that involve catastrophe in space. For some reason, I get so triggered by them, and I don't really know why, but it was ever since I watched the movie Close Contact with Jodie Foster. Do you guys remember that movie? Or not Close Contact, it was just called Contact. I I don't know. Anyway, the next one, Interstellar. Um, Another one about space travel, a science fiction film, a quest to save humanity in a visually awe-inspiring journey. I think I may have seen parts of that. That's another one that, like, I don't know. This was the decade I think I started to really enjoy sleep. And finally, number 10, The Grand Budapest Hotel, which came out in 2014, directed by Wes Anderson. This quirky comedy takes viewers on a whimsical adventure set in a fictional European hotel and follows the misadventures of its concierge and lobby boy. So those are the top movies from the years 2010 through 2019. And I see, I don't know. I never got interested, apparently. Brittany's seen Shape of Water, Interstellar, favorite movie. I don't know. Maybe I'll see them eventually. It's just one of those things for me. I don't know where I was this decade. I wasn't watching that. I think I was watching more TV, which we're going to get into in a few minutes here. But I also want to bring up some of the top actors and actresses from the years 2010 through 2019. Number one, Leonardo DiCaprio. He won the Academy Award back in, I think it was 2015, for The Revenant. Now, we mentioned The Revenant in trivia yesterday, but and I thought I hadn't seen it, but I did in fact see it, and I watched the whole movie, but I can't really remember it a whole lot. But it was based on true events. This story was, and it was very much like an action packed kind of thriller with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy. And the guy gets mauled by a bear and is left to die by his family. This was back in, like, I don't know, exploration times in the States here. So it was a good, I could see why he won the Oscar, but I mean, and the story I think was good, but I remember it being very gory, and it wasn't I don't know. It just wasn't completely my cup of tea, which is probably why I couldn't remember watching it. Number two, Jennifer Lawrence. She was in a lot of things. Robert Downey Jr., Meryl Streep, Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, Viola Davis, Tom Hanks, Kate Blanchett, and Christian Bale. Those are some of the top actors and actresses from the years 2010 through 2019. You will like them, especially Inception and Interstellar. But if there's based on space things, those, I don't know. Like I said, I have a trigger. I have some kind of trigger with space type movies. So I don't know. It's an I don't know. It's an I don't know. Okay, some of the top TV, let's talk about that of the time. We talked about this yesterday. Game of Thrones ran this entire decade, 2011 through 2019. I watched the first episode of that, and that was it. But one of my favorite shows that actually started in 2008 but didn't end till 2013, and that was Breaking Bad. I loved that series. Its critically acclaimed crime drama followed the transformation of a high school chemistry teacher into a ruthless methamphetamine kingpin. Love that with Bryan Cranston. Such a good show. Stranger Things began in 2016 and is still running presently. I enjoyed some of the episodes of season 1 and haven't watched since. Yeah. I don't know. I thought I would. That's another one I thought I would like more than I did. The Walking Dead. We have been huge fans of that series. Now we're watching Dead City, which is good. It doesn't follow the comics or anything at all. So if you're into the comics, you're not going to find that in Dead City. But Walking Dead, we really enjoyed. And that became very personal for us because we lived very close when we lived in Alabama to where they taped the show in in Georgia. So we actually visited the set. We got to go, we like walked right by Alexandria, which was really cool. And got to see a lot of all of the cast in The Walking Dead shop that's there, signed the walls and stuff down in the basement, which was really cool. So we have lots of pictures from there, but that became really personal for us. And it was around the time that my husband and I got married. That's the first show that he and I like literally start to finish watch together every single week. And so it just like became part of our relationship, I guess. And so that show meant a lot to us. Sherlock ran from 2010 to 2017. And let's see what else. The Big Bang Theory started in 2007 but ran all the way until 2009. That's another one I haven't seen a lot of. But it does feature Mayim Bialik, who I enjoy as an actress since back in Blossom days. Um, and so those are some of the top TV shows that were out in the years 2010 through 2019. What's up? Good to see you this morning. Huge fan of The Walking Dead. Started Dead City. It's pretty good. I just hate waiting for the episodes to come out. I know the struggle is real with that. Um, some of the other shows, The Office, which started in 2005, but it did run into this decade of 2013. Black Mirror, apparently, I've heard people talk about this, but I have not watched this. 2011, apparently it's still running today, maybe. How I Met Your Mother started in 2005 and ran until 2014 as well. It's another one I have very specific things that I watch, and then that's it. Like I'm cut. I run out of time. I run out of time in my life and in my day. So those are some of the top TV shows of the time. I want to talk music because music is my jam, and I find this decade in particular really interesting because as we were looking at the earlier decades in this Battle of the Decades series, the 80s and 90s were really such a huge mix of different types of music. Our top 10 songs from the years 2010 through 2019 scream pop. There are little flavors in there of other things, but it screams pop. Okay. Number one, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, that came out in 2017. Number two, Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars in 2014. Number three, Rolling in the Deep by Adele in 2010. Number four, Happy by Pharrell Williams in 2013. Number five, Adele again with Someone Like You in 2011. Number six, Despacito, Louis Fonsi featuring Daddy Yankee in 2017. Number seven, Closer by the Chainsmokers featuring Halsey in 2016. Number eight, Ed Sheeran's At It Again with Thinking Out Loud in 2014. Number nine, Radioactive by Imagine Dragons in 2012. What type of music would you say Imagine Dragons is? Because that's the only song on this list that I'm thinking is maybe a little less pop, a little onto the alternative or rock side. I would get maybe alternative would be more appropriate for Imagine Dragons. And finally, number 10, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift in 2014. So I enjoy a lot of pretty much every song on that list. I enjoy it was very, very pop, more pop than I think I expected it to be for the years 2010 through 2019. So let me know what you think about that. Some of the top musical artists, which some of these artists didn't even make it in the top 10 songs, but they were definitely prevalent and still are today. Some of them from the years 2010 through 2019. Number one, Adele. Known for her powerful vocals and emotional ballads, Adele's soulful voice and relatable lyrics made her one of the most successful artists of the decade. Ed Sheeran, with his blend of pop, folk, and acoustic elements, Ed Sheeran's heartfelt songwriting and catchy melodies earned him a massive fan base and numerous chart-topping hits. Number 3, and obviously still going strong today, both Ed Sheeran and this artist are been on tour and going crazy. Taylor Swift, transitioning from country to pop, Taylor Swift dominated the charts with her catchy anthems and personal songwriting, solidifying her status as one of the biggest pop stars of the decade. Number 4, Beyonce. As a powerful vocalist and performer, Beyonce's captivating stage presence and genre-spanning music showcased her as a visionary artist and influential figure in the music industry. Number 5, Drake became a pretty big deal in the years 2010 through 2019. With his seamless blend of hip hop, R&B, and pop, Drake consistently released chart-topping hits, becoming one of the most successful and influential artists of the decades. Number 6, Rihanna. Known for her distinctive voice and versatility, Rihanna's dynamic music career included hits in various genres, establishing her as a global pop icon. Brittany saying Naomi loves Taylor Swift. My husband, I think, is a Swiftie. I think my husband's a Swiftie. Okay, I actually enjoyed Taylor as a country artist. And I don't like country music for the most part. So I don't know. I enjoy certain songs, but I couldn't tell you. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. Love pop music like the majority of the songs you mentioned. I do too. I like a lot of the songs. I don't think I'm as passionate about the more recent music as I was with some of the other decade music that we've talked about in this series. Number 7, Bruno Mars. With his infectious blend of pop, R&B, and funk, Bruno Mars showcased his incredible vocal range and charismatic performances, making him a beloved and successful artist of the decade. Now, I did really enjoy Bruno Mars' 24 Karat Magic album, and I think I liked it because there were so many sounds and kind of throwbacks on that album, and I think it really took me back kind of to a different time. So I really did enjoy that when it came out. We have that on vinyl as well, and it's amazing. Number 8, Justin Bieber. Emerging as a teen pop sensation, Justin Bieber's catchy pop songs and dedicated fan base propelled him to become one of the biggest pop stars of the decade. Number 9, Katy Perry. Known for her anthemic pop songs and elaborate visuals, Katy Perry's energetic performances and chart-topping hits made her a prominent figure in pop music. And finally, finishing off the top 10 artists of 2010 through 2019 is The Weeknd. With his unique blend of R&B, pop, and electronic music, The Weeknd's soulful voice and introspective lyrics garnered critical acclaim and commercial success, solidifying his status as a standout artist of the decade. Love Bruno Mars as well. Absolutely. So let me know if you have any other artists, music, TV, or movies that stick out with you from the decade of the 2010s, 2010 through 2019. We're going to take a quick break and finish off with our birthdays today as well. So we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Imagine a world where every child gets a great education. Educating all children is the only way to end poverty. This is what the Weiss Scholarship Foundation is working to accomplish. Our 6 staff members, our mentors and coordinators, who are on the ground in Kenya, are totally engaged in every aspect of our students' lives, so we can give them every opportunity for success. In just a few short years, we have already awarded 141 scholarships. We send children to high school who would have never gone without our support. And then we help them go on to either university or vocational school. We have already scaled our holistic business model to 4 locations and are ready to scale it to many more. Today it's Kenya, but tomorrow it's more countries. Please contribute what you can today. You can make a one-time donation, a recurring donation, or choose to sponsor a child all on your own for all 4 years of high school for just $3,500. Go to our website, www.weissscholarshipfoundation.org.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Please support our friends over at White Scholarship Foundation. We are proud supporters of that organization, helping to send children to school around the world. And really, Brett Weiss is an incredible human being. So I highly support their organization. So definitely check that out, whitescholarshipfoundation.org. We have our smack in the middle of our week here of our 2010s Get Lit week. Tomorrow we'll be talking fashion. And then Friday, we will have an overview of all the decades. And tomorrow is an amazing day because, as we mentioned yesterday, it is two of our guests who have been on the show during this series, Brittany and Danielle, share a birthday, and they will be having a birthday tomorrow. So we're really excited about that. And I hope that they will make an appearance on the show tomorrow so we can have an epic birthday party. But that will be up to them and their biological clock if they wake up in the morning. We got to do, speaking of birthdays, we got to do our birthdays this morning. In the celebrity world, Michelle Rodriguez, who you might know from the Fast and the Furious franchise, as well as Resident Evil. I love her. I think she is an incredible actress, but she turns 45 years old today. Happy birthday, Michelle. Steve Howie, you might know an actor from, he was on the show Reba for a long time, and then the show Shameless, which I've never seen Shameless, but I do remember him on Reba. He's 46 years old today. And we won't dwell too much time on it, but Bill Cosby is 86 years old today, so happy birthday to him as well. The celebrities in my life, Megan Hassinger has a birthday today, and Linda Christensen has a birthday as well. Happy birthday, my friends. I hope you have an amazing day. And with that, let us get our birthday song. Are you ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle Rodriguez, Steve Howie, Bill Cosby, Megan Hassinger, and Linda Christensen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today. I hope you have an amazing day. And no matter what you're celebrating, listen, it's always a great day to celebrate. Okay. You are an amazing human being. You have a purpose in this world. There is a reason for you being here, and you are joy. So that in itself is a reason to celebrate today. Even if it's not your birthday, find a reason. It's Pecan Pie Day. We talked about other things. Find a reason to celebrate you today. Okay. We'll be back tomorrow with talking about the fashion of the years 2010 through 2019, which I'm sure a lot of it has tied over to this decade as well. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. And don't forget that we will be on Friday with our review of the whole Battle of the Decades series. So be sure you tune in for that as well. And don't forget, beginning next week, Project Joy Live will be back to the Monday only schedule. Okay, Mondays only from here, from July and August for now, and we'll see how things go. And I hope you'll join us to kick your week off right with some joy. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Thank you for being here. I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye, everybody.